fabricate and flash. That is no alterations. Astra VXR headlight running off the insignia wiring loom.
Everybody, welcome back to D7R TV. Today is literally the day after we concluded filming episode 2. So it's going to be pretty much more of the same. Episode 2 is not live yet. It should go live on Friday at 6 PM. So hopefully that does as well as we think it will, because we seem to have a lot of interest in the last video. Colin.
Yeah, it's been great.
Caught you by surprise there, didn't I? I thought you were ready, mate.
No, well, yeah, I wasn't ready then, so mate. But yeah, no, it's been really good, to be fair. It's we've had really, a lot of good comments on it. A lot of people interested in the build. You know, it's not been shown before, so although we believe there is one out there, it's not been shown how it's been built. So it's quite interesting to actually be able to show you what we're actually doing here and how we're resolving issues. Looking forward to seeing like how Carl gets on with the rest of the fabrication work, but so far I'm really happy with it.
Perfect. Right, so what sort of content do you want to see from us, guys? Hopefully when episode 2 airs, you'll see that the camera situation wasn't the best, but you would have already watched that and figured that out well before this video goes live. So we're open to suggestion. I'm first and foremost a fabricator, and Colin is first and foremost a mechanic. So I am not a YouTuber first, I am a fabricator first. So please bear with me. I'm not Matt Armstrong or any other top YouTuber who does that as a daily. I do this as sort of a hobby and to show some information to you guys, because I don't believe there's many videos out there that do tutorials. You don't learn from the other YouTubers. We work on real everyday vehicles that you may have on your drive. Some of you may not. We're not working on supercars, so we're trying to be people orientated, the normal people, and cater for you guys. Colin has now gone back to work and I'm going to crack on with the VXR. Colin's now working on a Vauxhall Mocker, so because it's his daily bread. So as I said, we're not YouTubers, so don't think, oh yeah, camera quality shit and this, that, the other. We're trying. This is, as I say, a hobby. So we're going to get into what we've done so far and where we're going to probably end up towards the end of the video. Right, so we're going to scooch underneath the VXR, and if you watch till the very end of episode 2, you saw that Colin was lowering down the rear subframe again. That is because I needed some space to get up to here and finish off this rear front mount. Didn't show this in the other video, but I did mention that I had to make a fillet in this section, a fillet in that section, and as you can see, it looks factory fresh, and that is the aim. I don't want to see any welds, and I guarantee you don't want to see any welds, so I'm pretty good at linishing, as you can maybe able to make out. It's a bit rusty in here. Part of my daily sort of job is doing underbody restoration, so all this will get cleaned off if it's not being chopped out for the strut mount, and it's going to have a full underbody protection package, so any sort of rust and stuff that you see is going to be treated, removed, and then it's going to have Schultz and Lanagard. So I've got to replicate the same as the other side, as you may see. So I've got to cut out this section, make another mount for that. Then I'm going to take a look at the boot floor. That might not be in this episode, but it's definitely something that we need to figure out, because I believe that it may need to just be literally flat floored. Inside this mount here, I've already tacked in a buttress for strength, so that'll get fully welded across the top, fully welded across there, the back and the bottom. So yeah, all the strength. I've got to make a plate for this and fill this section in, and then that is this mount done. And as you can see on the floor, I've already started to make or design a shape to fit in said hole. up there. And there's going to be a little bit more talking in this video because to keep you on board, this is the insignia mount. You saw me chopping up the remnants of the last one, but this is what it actually looks like. And as I said, it's like 3 or 4 layers thick, and it's like 1mm steel. So there's 1, 2, 3 there. There's an outer skin there, so that makes 4. I've got to separate this, well, this cup section inside from this section here and make a new piece, which is going to go up into the passenger side. And then that is the subframe mounted. There is also some sections here which are on the floor. They're like a brace and they don't fit into where this goes here. 1 bolt goes in, but 1 bolt is like sort of in the middle. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to make a plate which fills in this section, because this is where the rear trailing arm was on the floating rear beam. I'm going to make a plate which bolts in. A bolt will go through the new panel and the brace, and then we're going to make a captive nut up into the middle section, and then obviously that will get bolted to this part of the subframe and just add a little bit more strength. So let's talk in more action. Let's get into it. Right, so you've just seen me cut this section out here. As you can see, it fits rather snug. It's like one of those like a glove moments, but it needs a bit of shaping. Because it's curved at the bottom, I need to replicate that curve. And being that I'm not at my workshop, I can't use my usual tools. So I need to think outside the box. If you haven't got tools for something, you need to figure it out. So what I'm going to do is, I need a curve. I've got a tank strap in the way. It's a bit annoying. Don't hope that the light's behind me either. I need to curve this around to join up with that, and this needs like a bit of a bend there. And I am not opposed to using anything as a tool to do what I need to do. So my candidate for this bending malarkey is Colin's ramp. Yeah, that is a bending machine. You're thinking, have you gone mad, Carl? But no, that is a bending machine. How do you think I got the curvature of these sections here? Little trick for you. I use that, and I'm going to show you how. So, as you can see, I need to have a bend here, and I'm going to take trusty hickory stick, and I'm going to beat the shit out of this until it fits the shape I'm aiming for. So, if I need a bend there, I'm going to sort of line it up best I can. And it's not quite long enough, but I was going to whale it until it goes to the shape I need it to be. I will get Colin to film this, but he's a bit busy. I did ask him and he told me to piss off. So there you have it. Better if I have my ear defenders on. And always keep the blow the same magnitude. Don't start hitting the living shit out of it. Try and keep it consistent, and then you're going to end up not far off where you need to be. Just flattening it out a little bit. Add some more curve. As you can see, it's starting to go to a shape I sort of want it to be. If there's a little bit uneven damp wise, you could also use the ramp to straighten it out. If it's in, knock it out. If it's out, knock it in. Simples. So I'm going to beat the shit out of this until it fits where I need it to be. This is basically a jigsaw puzzle that I'm making the puzzle pieces for. Just like that. And just like that, you can create any shape you like, Monty. Hammer, a ramp, bit of steel, and a bit of imagination, and you can build anything. And just like that, that first driver side rear subframe mount is linished and finished, and they should call me the ghost welder because I'm gone without a trace. So as soon as that's all seam sealed and schultzed and all the rest of it, when it's all underbody prepped, you will never know that this didn't come out of the factory. And that is the exact point of it. Right then, back to the nitty gritty of cutting again. And what I have here is the inside panels from the driver's side, and we're now going to be replicating what we've just done in the last clip on the passenger side. So these are what we cut out. I'm going to draw them out and make a template on some 1mm steel because it's more malleable and it's a lot easier to work than cardboard, because cardboard is a bit of a pig to play with. At least this is a bit more solid state and a bit more sturdy, so it's not folding when I need to draw around it. We're going to draw around it, cut it out, and then replicate the opposite side into this side. We've already done this, so this should work. And yeah, work smarter, not harder. Right then, guys, I'm not Neil Buchanan, and this is an art attack, so I'm not going to show you how to draw shapes and stuff. But this is the panel from the other side that I've been banging on about, and as I said, we should be able to replicate it on this side. So if I flip and reverse this section, as you can see, there are a few little holes, and I can use that as a reference point for there. So what I've done is flattened this panel out, drew the holes on here, bang that up there, and jobs are goodin'. So that is this panel. I've got some other panels that I've dropped on the floor. Colin, the cameraman, fucked up the last image. That is the inside panel, and if he wants to go underneath, I can show you what we're on about. on the other panel, I cut diagonally down here. So I've replicated that, but I'm actually going to cut straight down so I'm not die grinding all up into this corner here. And this is this bottom section. But if you remember, I had to make 2 fillet sections here and here, and I'm only going to cut this section out here so I won't have to make the little fillet sections, just like that. Guys, it's been back to the grindstone for me. I've now cut out the panels I need. Obviously I've left these fillet sections in. This should aid me not having to do it again and add more bits in, but the only way you find out what to do the second time is when you've done it the first time. So hopefully my life will be a little bit easier in trying to sort all these panels out when I remake them. Winning. I've cut the other bracket up and I've welded it in to the piece which goes to the subframe, so it's got its mounting bracket inside. Don't ask me what that is. Well, you can if you want. This is some little bit of origami because I needed some paper. Colin come out with an invoice for something and then decided that he hasn't got a blade or a pair of scissors, so I had to like literally act like a monkey trying to pick the peanuts out of poo and painstakingly peel or rip this to shape. We can sort of cheat because now we've got the other side as a reference, which is there. So basically we put our piece in there, I drew around the paper and the tip bit at the bottom, then came up with that. Then that gets transferred onto 3mm steel. That will get cut out and end up in there. Rear beam's back on, but I just want to cut in and have a little discussion about a lot of comments that we seem to be getting at the minute. Why didn't you use this? Why didn't you use that? Why didn't you use an Antara rear subframe? Why didn't you use a Mocha rear subframe? I'm sorry, we'll just go to your YouTube channel and use your video as reference. Oh wait, you haven't, have you? We have started from scratch on this car. There's literally no information out there. And if you've been around Vauxhalls long enough, you know that this has not got the same rear subframe setup as a Mocha or an Antara. This has fully independent rear suspension, which the other two don't. They're completely different. They have a floating rear beam and rear trailing arms. This doesn't. It has independent suspension all on the rear. So that answers your question, guys. Now let's back to it. contrary to beliefs, I'm not trying to be a dickhead in what I just said. I'm just trying to state facts and some misinformation. So there you have it. This is the panel now shaped back up. I left some spaces in there for fillets that I wasn't going to put some fillets in there, but it seems that I'm going to have to get the shape correct. But as I say, this car's been built on the fly. It hasn't just been a gamble, we've jumped into it. It's been pretty methodical before we even took a wheel off a car. So let that just be said. What we had to work with was wheelbase, width of the rear chassis rails, the length of the chassis rails, the width of the subframe, blah, 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 and that's all we've really had to go off. And this subframe is not really like any other Vauxhall subframe. It closely resembles an Audi S3 or TT subframe from a Mark II. It's pretty much exactly the same. So if you have a look at one of our previous videos, the Audi TT one, go and have a look. Cross-reference it with this one and you'll see what I mean. Even some of the bolts are the same as the Audi TT one. So there you have it. This is in position now. It's bolted in three locations. So it's got the one that we finished at the front, the two rears, and this one's very nearly ready to weld in. Right, so that's our panel now tacked into place. So you know the drill. I've got to cut this out there with a flat disc, drop the subframe back down, remove this panel, then weld the bracket on the inside to add strength. And yeah, let's just get into it. Right, so that's the mount now welded in. And you can see Colin there, he's making a little template for me while I'm on this. And there's a bit of a change of plan because we have to mount these things afterwards under there. And I'm actually going to weld this to the plate. There's no point in bolting this to a plate. So I'm just going to weld that and then make some buttresses and make it all nice and sturdy. As I said, this mount's now welded in. Just got to, unfortunately, make some fillets again and then do the back side. But also, thanks Colin, there you go, message in the mail. Good job there's not an address and stuff on there. Anyway, yeah, start the rear subframe's been up and down more than the London Stock Exchange, but it is what it is. That's just the nature of the beast. So yeah, subframe off again and start boxing this in. All 4 mounting points done, so now we can viably stick fit the rear subframe up, and it can stay there for the time being while we fabricate everything else that goes and hooks up to it. So that's been a graft, I'm not going to lie, it's been a bit of a pain, but it is what it is, and it's in. So a monumentous achievement so far, and probably the biggest thing to date. So this car now is more 4x4 than it is front wheel drive. So winning. So that's the subframe now, all on its new mounting positions, and it's solid. So next up is to make the little strut pieces here. So I'm going to make a plate for there that holds the section which goes across the brace, both sides. They're both the same, so yeah, let's get into it. Right, so now you can see we've got our brace on now, and it's held on by one bolt. I did defer from my plan, whereas I was going to weld this brace to this plate, but up here it wouldn't allow us to get the actual bolt off. So what I'm thinking is drill this out, then put a captive in there, so then it's held in this position, then it'd be held in that position. So it's going to go back to the original plan. But as you see me making this plate up, it seems like the way to go. that is all the welding on the back end done now. All the subframes all mounted. It's been quite a job to undertake, not gonna lie. It's been emotional. So what do you think so far?
Well, I'm really happy with the results, Carl. I can't really say anything better than that, to be fair. I'm absolutely amazed at how you've managed to make it look so almost so it looks it's like factory fresh.
Oh, thank you.
It's, well...
not even joking around, like, you know, I'll be getting my hair off at certain things.
Well, you have been getting your hair off, but you have been making, you know, mounts fit that aren't designed to fit this vehicle and parts that aren't designed to fit this vehicle fit in properly, so...
But the hard work is still yet to come. We've still got a lot of wiring and stuff to do. We've got to mount the fuel tank. We've got to adjust engine mounts. And yeah, it's been emotional to say the least. I've had archive probably 3 or 4 times because, as you see, sometimes I don't have a mask on. Sometimes I'm in areas where I just have to tack. I don't advise it at all, but where are we with it?
Well, the rear subframe's all mounted now, so we've got all the diff all mounted. It's all structurally sound and all structurally welded. We've got the front end obviously in. We've worked out any alterations on the front suspension, on the actual engine mounts. So yeah, we're quite far of it, to be fair, for how long we spent.
And what's next?
Well, the next thing, obviously, me and Carl have obviously been pretty much arguing. He wants to go back to the actual suspension mounts. I want him to actually mount that prop shaft so that we've got the actual, so I can take the engine package back out, because this isn't the engine package actually staying in this vehicle.
And there's a few questions some of you may have asked in the comment section, and others on the different forums and pages that we've posted on. And what are those?
One of the questions was, well, basically, what's the difference in between doing it the way we've done it and what's the difference in between doing it with just a full chassis swap? Well, Carl, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, a chassis swap has its own type of problems. You're cutting 2 cars completely to bits. You're cutting the floor out of one and you've got to try and mount another car on top of it. As you see, when we did the rear mounting, it was about 100 mil difference in length, and we've had to try and work that out. There's also quite stringent rules with the DVLA and having live E-test and all that stuff, because this wouldn't be an Astra anymore. It would be basically a kit car, and it would have to have an IVA test to see if it's roadworthy. You got to weld up the whole car and not just the back section that we've done, and it brings on its own type of problems. What's another question?
Another question was, trying to think back now, what's some of the questions?
How many hours has it taken us thus far to get to where we are?
Oh yeah, well if we hadn't been filming, obviously it takes a lot longer, so we hope you all appreciate the fact that whereas it could take us days to actually build an episode, a lot of it is like calculating what bits we're recording. We don't want to show you the same thing a million times. It takes a hell of a lot longer than if it was just me and Carl in a workshop environment doing this off camera. So we're about 21 hours into labour terms physically at the moment.
And that's quite a lot for where we are and what we've done. You've already swapped an engine package and you've already added that excuse me, into the time frame.
Yeah.
So the next episode is going to be finally getting onto the rear strut towers. I will promise I'll get onto that. Wiring side of things, well, this is why I want obviously the prop shaft, at least the back mount, into place, so that I can then remove the engine package, because then we can just mount the front section later on. But it also allows us to do the strut, like the tank straps, because we want to be able to check that all the Holdex goes back up over the original Insignia tank straps. So yeah, I want to get this engine package out. There's a lot of work got to be done on this. We're switching the engine out, and I've got to build all that side up before I can start going to the wiring. And we will answer your questions the best we can. If we think they're a viable question that we haven't already answered while doing the videos, we'll try and do a little Q&A at the end of the videos, whether you like that or not, but just tell us at the end of this episode. This is the end of part 3, and we look forward to seeing you in part 4. From me and Colin,
goodbye.
Adios.